This video is sponsored by Avalon King. And they will be part of the help of completely transforming my BMW M4 in this video. Okay, so we are making some good progress with the BMW M4, and to even have it on the road now is incredible. From the state it was in when we got it, just about a month ago now, to where it is now is such a big step. And in the last video, we tinted the headlights yellow, we changed the calipers to yellow, and of course, we put the new exhaust on. But today we're going to go for a complete transformation whilst fixing something as well. And the last thing visually that needs fixing are these satin black unpainted wings that we got from BMW, because it was actually cheaper to go direct to BMW to buy 2 wings for this M4 than it was to buy some second-hand ones off eBay. But instead of just getting these wings painted, you guys know me and you know my channel, we're going to change the whole colour of the car. Okay, we are clean, dry and ready for the wrap. Now I know what you guys are thinking. What colour are we going for this time? Now, I was in sort of 2 minds. I really wanted to do this satin black, but I thought it would be a little bit boring, so we've gone with another out there colour. Now again, this colour is something that I was 50-50 about, and I think it might look weird on the roll, but once it's on the car, it might look good. I don't know. Let's open it. Okay, here we go. Believe me, I'm on the fence as much as you are, but this is British Racing Green, or as Hex has put it, the brand of the wrap, Sherwood Green. I think if I'm right, I'm telling you, green is making a comeback. Now on the Golf R that I had, we actually went for this satin metallic green, which actually turned out to be pretty sick. And you know what? I'm a sort of fanboy for green at the minute. So I saw this British Racing Green and I thought, you know what? We're gonna have to go for it. And I think it should combine well with the yellow. I don't know, people might be thinking, what on earth are you doing? But just wait for it. Along with the wrap, I've got some other modifications that we're gonna do to the M4 as well. And I'm going to ceramic coat it with the Avalon King at the end as well and protect the wrap. Something that I've never done before, but I've seen this ceramic coating stuff and it seems pretty good. Now, if you were to pay a professional company to wrap your car, you're looking at anything from 1,500 quid upward, depending on the colour and the size of the car. Now, the actual wrap only cost me about 450 quid. That's for 18 metres and it should do the whole of the BMW M4. I feel like I'm in a cage. The walls, they keep closing in. I need a place where I can breathe. The time is 12:44 and it's Friday the 25th of June. This is just to show you that this is not a 5-minute job. Let's get to it. Okay, so British Racing Green may not be to everyone's taste, but I modify the cars to my own liking. I mean, you don't go out and buy yourself a car because somebody else likes it, do you? It's time to say goodbye. Anyway, first step is to prepare the whole of the left side of the car ready for the wrap. So that's removing the trims, removing the door handles, removing the arch liner, and also the rear bumper with the parking sensors as well. We want to make sure we can push the wrap in all of the gaps in the panels to give it that paint look finish. I always measure the whole of one side, cut the wrap to shape. Now out of this one piece I should get the door, the side skirts and the full rear quarter. Now if you're new to the channel, you might be fooled that I actually look like I know what I'm doing. Well, all of this is self-taught from wrapping my own cars. And I think that's the best way to learn when it comes to wrapping. You get better the more cars you do. Anyway, moving on, time for the wrapping. Now when cutting the wrap, I try not to use the knife on any of the paintwork to avoid damages underneath. I use the gaps in the body to make sure I get a nice, clean and straight cut. Once the wrap is all cut, it's important to post-heat it so the wrap almost loses its memory. You're supposed to heat hexes up to 90 degrees. That way when the wrap changes temperature, it won't try to shrink back to where it originally was. Then moving on to the door, I just find the body line at the top and then work from the top down through the bottom. Door handles can be tricky to do and they're also tricky to fill because I move it around a lot. But these handles turned out pretty good and it's really important to heat these up a lot so they never try to lift. and onto the front wing, or if you're American, fender. There's a lot of sharp lines on this, so I like to heat the corner and shrink the wrap around it before I start the cut. Okay, we have rear quarter, door and front wing done, and if I'm honest with you guys, I'm on the fence too. It's sort of Grandad's old Jaguar vibes at the minute, but we've still got the side skirt to do. I can't do that on the ramp, I need to have it down, but we're too far gone to turn back now. We're gonna have to just carry on, and well, this always happens when I choose an out there colour. But the colour, I think the colour's actually nice. I'm just, well, I don't know what. Let's just carry on.
Oh, here you are, face to face.
Okay, the bonnet. I like to get a nice line straight down the middle, then work it in quarters. Top right, top left, bottom left.
I like the way you're thinking.
Then with some help from Hannah, onto the driver's side, rear quarter, and also the wing as well.
All the smoke is in the bathroom. I don't care at all.
Now the front bumper is a little bit tricky, and it'd be pretty impossible with one piece. You'd sort of overstretch the wrap. That's why I do these pieces, which are called inlays. I'll inlay the wrap into all the tricky bits before I lay the big one piece over it. Doing the inlays will avoid me from stretching the wrap too much, which will essentially end up in it lifting in the long run. Okay, we are steaming ahead. The front bumper is nearly done. We've still got the side skirts and the rear bumper to do, but I'm really liking the colour. I've still got parking sensors and a couple of grills to put in. What I will be doing as well is replacing the kidney grills, because obviously my one used to say M3, well it just says M. I've got these ones from Carbon Accents. They don't say anything at all, they're just gloss black, so that's a winner. I think what I'll do as well, the yellow headlight tint, I think it's going to be too offensive against the green. It's got yellow calipers and then the yellow, obviously, support bars in there as well. I think it's just going to be too much yellow, so what I'll do is replace the yellow headlight tint with sort of a darkened film, because I think even though there's no headlight in there now, it does look quite aggressive with it being quite dark. And I'll be completely honest with you guys, whilst I do really like the colour, I think the wrap quality isn't the best. Now whilst I'm pretty happy with the job, I mean all the corners are really nice and nothing's actually lifted up overnight, it looks pretty good, but the actual wrap quality, I mean it is one of the cheaper ones from Hexis. It's definitely nowhere near as good as the satin green that we had on the Golf R. This wrap is quite a little bit thinner, which means it picks up any imperfection on the paint underneath, or anything that I've not quite got off with the clay bar. So if you just see close, you can see some little speckles here. That's like either dirt, dust, or imperfections in the paint. And because the wrap is really thin, it's picking that up as well. And also comparing this to the Inositec Gloss one over here, which is quite, again, a thick wrap. I didn't really get much of an orange peel effect. I mean, with wrap, you're never going to get a paint finish. It is plastic, but this one does look a little bit plasticky when you go up close. I mean, you can see it's kind of orange peely, which, again, I think it all comes down to the price. But I'm hoping that the ceramic coat from Avalon King will sort this out to an extent, but we'll see later when we do that. For now, let's get finished off with the rear bumper, the side skirts, and get the headlights in as well. Let's go. Tuesday the 29th. 5 days and the wrap is complete, but the car is not complete 100% yet. We've still got some extra bits. And one of those things is Avalon King's ceramic coating. So this is Avalon King's Armor Shield 9. It's basically a protective layer of coating which works on wrap, paint, windows, plastic trim, and alloy wheels as well. It's really easy to apply, and if you can wax a car, then you can use Avalon King's ceramic coating on a car. Now my wrap is completely fresh, but if you're using it on your paint, then they suggest rubbing down the car with some rubbing alcohol first to get rid of any old wax or polish that remains on the car. Now me and Hannah ceramic coated the whole car, and this thing will last years, unlike wax, which is only a number of washes. And it's going to add an extra shine to the car, and it'll also be so much easier to clean afterwards because the dirt will just literally wash straight off it. So Avalon King recommend that we leave the ceramic coat to set for at least 4 days before we test it with water. We've waited, now let's give it a test. The trusty kettle. And the water literally just runs off it now. Check that out. So now the water doesn't want to rest on the car, and it's the same for dirt as well. I should be able to jet wash dirt straight off and it'd be so much easier to clean. So go check out Avalon King. The link is in the description box below. They've got a massive sale on now until the 4th of July. So go check it out and get your car protected. Thanks Avalon King for sponsoring this video. Right, okay, we are not finished there. We've still got a few more bits to do before we can finally get this thing out in the light and see what it looks like. First thing, front splitter. Now some of you are going to be 50-50 on this because it's not your normal carbon weave. This is called forged carbon. You might see it on a lot of the newer Lamborghinis and stuff as well, but I think it looks so good. It's like almost like crushed carbon. We've got a full set of these from MALLORY Performance. Again, I've put the link in the description. We've got splitters, we've got side skirts, and we've got a rear diffuser. So let's get them fitted. Okay, so we've done this plenty of times before with the previous projects. I just used my toolbox to prop up the splitter against the bumper. Then I'm just going to fire in a load of self-tapping screws into the bottom of the bumper. And that is looking so good. Onto the rear diffuser, which just clips in, and then there's a few bolts underneath. And finally, the side skirt extensions. Have to do these on the floor. Prop up the car with the axle stands and then just improvise with some buckets to hold up the side skirt extensions whilst I drill in the self-tapping screws. Okay, front splitter's on, looking sick, aggressive. Side skirt's on, looking sick, aggressive. Now we have this bad boy, the GTS style rear wing. What do you think of that, Kevin? Not bothered. Right, this is going to be a bit scary to fit. We've got to drill into the rear boot, but well, let's see how this goes. Okay, so I'm quite excited for this one because I know it's going to make a huge difference to the rear of the car. But I want to make sure it's absolutely perfect because once I drill those holes, there's no going back. So once I've measured everything and double checked, it was time to just send the drill into the rear boot. And then the spoiler simply holds on with 4 bolts underneath. That is absolutely havoc. That's got to be worth at least 5 bhp. Right, let's get this thing outside. My God, it looks 10 times better in natural light. The gloss on the wrap is so shiny. I think part of that is to do with the ceramic coat, so go check out Avalon King, the link's in the description, but it looks 10 times better than I expected. I think subtle colours like this British Racing Green just works so perfect. I'm absolutely buzzing how this has turned out, and look at the gloss. It's literally reflecting everything of the trees. Oh, it looks so good. We was right to get rid of the yellow headlight tint film. I think that would have been just a bit too much. Now the darkened tint film sort of suits it a lot nicer. And then what about the forged carbon from MALLORY Performance? Let me know in the comment section what you think about the forged carbon. I know it's a bit 50-50, but I absolutely love it, and I think it looks perfect. The side skirts as well, and of course we've got the forged carbon rear diffuser, which looks sick, and then we cannot ignore this monstrosity of a wing on the back. That looks so good. That just makes it like one of my cars. That is looking so good. I literally cannot believe how that has turned out. Maybe we should get the facelift rear lights, but let me know. Should I get them or not? Let me know in the comment section. What a journey the M4 has been on so far. You wouldn't even believe that that is the same car that I picked up just over a month ago or so. It looks so good, and we've not even scratched the surface of the performance modifications that we want to do to it. We've just done the cosmetic. It's now on the road. I can now daily it, and it looks mint. But next is the performance modifications. So again, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, and don't forget to check out Avalon King's ceramic coating. The link is in the description box below. Thanks so much. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.